Yeah. Yeah. All right, we are live on YouTube. How's everybody doing today? How are you all doing today? Welcome to another Walking with Purpose live stream here. Yeah, probably tomorrow, more than likely tomorrow, is going to be the final Walking with Purpose live stream here on this channel before it moves over to Coach Eli 2, my other channel, Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams. I have some updates for you folks regarding. I love how people see me walking with a camera and then they walk right towards me. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. Anyway. You have some updates coming very shortly here in a few minutes. Just going to wait for some more people to get the notification and pop on in. It's all good stuff. All good stuff. And more good stuff is coming soon. Hey, Lewis Fuller, how you doing, bro? Welcome to the show, man. I got to tell you, folks, I'm in a very relaxed and peaceful state. I feel incredible. Things have been going well lately. And when things don't go well, I try to look at the brighter side of things. I try to even keep the negative things that happen, positive. Keep it in a positive way, with a positive light. Lewis says he's doing great. He's doing good. Good afternoon, he says. Good afternoon to you as well, Lewis. Rosie, I cannot see your full comment there. It's cutting off the screen. Hey, Eli, I want you to know that I want to be a life. I think you're saying life coach. I can't see your full message because your YouTube username is so long. For some reason, it's cutting you off on my screen. Right now, my neck of the woods is 102 degrees. Yeah, it's like 72 here. That's what the outside temperature gauge read when I got out of my car. Yeah, it's been hot as hell out there in Texas, huh, Lewis? I hope you're staying cool, man. Hope your air conditioner is working. I know you had some issues with it in the past, and I think you got it replaced. So hopefully all is well in your neck of the woods. Rosie, you can become anything you want, anything you put your mind to. If you want to become a life coach, just turn your channel into, Rosie the Life Coach or something, and just start creating content that helps people better their lives, helps people get from a negative state to a positive state, teaches people how to learn to love themselves deep within, so that way they're able to love other people and love the world and live a normal, relaxed, and peaceful life. That's what it's all about. Anyone and everyone is capable of becoming whoever they want to become. You're capable of becoming whoever you want to become. You just have to put your mind to it. Then make a plan, execute it, and keep pushing it forward. Don't give up. I've been doing this for almost 6 years now, Rosie. And it's still nowhere near where I thought it would be at this point. But I don't give up, because I never give up on myself. No matter what happens, no matter what anyone says, right? And you may be thinking, Rosie, okay, how do I deal with the trolls and haters? Well, you ignore them. That's the easiest aspect. Then when you have friends and family and significant others that tell you, oh, what you're doing is not making you money and you're wasting your time and you're depleting your saved resources and this and that, right? You're going to hear it from everyone, right? But if you want to accomplish something in life, if you want to accomplish what you really want to accomplish, you have to keep pushing forward no matter what anyone says or does. You have to believe in yourself. You have to love yourself, you have to believe in yourself, and you have to keep pushing forward no matter what it takes. I can't wait until it gets a lot cooler. I don't blame you, Lewis. 102 degrees is pretty damn hot. I just went underneath the electricity line, the electrical transmission lines, the electricity transmission lines, and I can hear the electricity flowing. You can hear it. It's loud. Like, that's a lot of power flowing through those lines currently. Sometimes you can hear it, and sometimes you can't. Today I can hear it. There's a lot of power going through them for some reason. So I'm going to wait just another minute or two for some people to pop on in. Pull up to the side, let this person pass. And then we'll get to some updates first and then get to the topic. That's why I'm staying inside in the air conditioning. Yeah, I don't blame you, Lewis. Don't blame you one bit. How's your sister doing, bro? Hope Adelaide's doing well. We haven't seen her around in quite some time, so I hope she's doing some things that she's wanted to work on for a while and bettering herself. If there's anything she needs from myself, my lady, we'd be happy to help you folks behind the scenes. All right. Lewis says, yeah, she's doing good. That's good to hear, man. That's really good to hear. So, some community news. First of all, let me update you folks on the monetization status of Coach Eli 2. We've been talking about that. My lady and I have been talking about that for quite some time now. It's getting down to the wire. Yesterday, I had mentioned it's either going to happen, we'll either go into review today or tomorrow. And as of this morning, when YouTube updated my watch hours, we are now at 3,965 watch hours. I'm like, oh man. I thought this was the update that was going to push us over 4,000. But no. Talk about Murphy's Law. Someone upstairs wants me to wait another day, or wants my lady and I to wait another day before we go into review. Or at least another half day. So we now have 3,965 watch hours, public watch time hours on Coach Eli 2 Uncensored live streams. We have we have everything else. The subscribers, no community guidelines. We have two-factor authentication or two-step verification turned on. It's a requirement now to have two-step verification or two-factor authentication to be able to get into the YouTube partner program, but you should have that on whether you're in the partner program or not. It just protects your Google account, better. And so we just need 35 more public watch hours, and then we will go into review. That will either happen later tonight if YouTube updates my hours or our hours one more time before the night ends, or they'll update the hours by sometime tomorrow during the day. If we end up going into review later today, we might get monetized by tomorrow. But I have a feeling the way things are at this moment, we'll qualify for the partner program tomorrow. I'll submit it for review tomorrow, and we'll probably be either monetized on Saturday, or if that department doesn't work weekends, we'll be monetized by Monday. So there's the update right there. Close, but no cigar yet. Let's not whip out the cigars yet. And we don't see any problems not getting into the partner program because it's a guideline abiding channel with no copyright claims, no copyright strikes, no community guideline strikes. And we play by the rules. And that's part of what I teach here on the business side of things. You know, if you're looking to start your own business and you want to start a YouTube channel or use social media to promote your business, you know, I can help you come up with a game plan if you want to work with me personally. I understand the terms of service very well, and I know what you can and can't say and can and can't do. I'm living proof on this channel here. It's been monetized for 2.5 years. It's in very good standing. You know, I have a high accuracy rating for my pre-recorded videos on here. YouTube now does self-certification. If you're monetized, you get self-certification access. On a newly monetized channel, it takes a few months before you get that, but this one's been monetized for a while, so I've had it for a while. And you basically tell YouTube if your video is suitable for all advertisers or not. And then, you know, your rating goes against the automated system. If there's a difference, you can submit it for manual review. And then, you know, depending on the outcome, if you rate your videos, you know, correctly most of the time or all the time, you get a high accuracy rating with YouTube. And when that happens, it puts your channel in really good standing, because if you have any other issues like you know, sometimes community guideline violations are put on by the, you know, artificial intelligence, the algorithm. I had that happen to me one time on this channel. I got a community guideline warning like several months back, and it was bogus. So I appealed it shortly after I got that email. This was like 11 o'clock on a weeknight. And after I appealed it, 5 minutes later, they apologized. It was a system error, and they fully monetized and reinstated my video. That's what happens when you have a channel in good standing. It's like your credit history, right? If you have a better credit score and you pay your bills on time, people are going to trust you more, right? Trust is based on experience and what happens during those experiences, right? If you have more good experiences than bad ones, then, you know, you're going to be more trustworthy, right? So that's part of what I teach people. So if you're looking to start a business, become self-employed, start a YouTube channel, or get a presence on social media, you need help with your branding and your marketing and stuff, I can help you with that as part of my coaching. I won't do it for you, but I will coach you on what you need to do. And I will hold you accountable, and I will, you know, motivate you and inspire you to keep moving forward. That's what a coach does. A lot of people don't realize I'm not just a personal life coach, I'm a business life coach as well. I have a lot of experience in the corporate world, as an entrepreneur, on social media. I used to work with a branding and marketing company for a while. I have a lot of experience. I've done in-person networking. I have a lot of resources. And I'm willing to use those resources to help people that truly need the help. And more of that will be provided on a personal one-on-one basis through a phone coaching session or email coaching. Phone coaching is much better. You prefer email, we can do that. But phone coaching would be a better way to do it. That way we can just talk live back and forth. For more information, go to my website, coacheli.com, and click on the Coaching Services tab, and you'll see your options there. Another thing, this channel here is members only chat, or this live stream here is members only chat. My Walking with Purpose streams will remain members only once they move over to Coach Eli 2 Uncensored live streams. Well, not uncensored, it's now authentic. Sorry, I changed the name from uncensored to authentic live streams. And it's going to cost $2.99 per month to have the ability to chat in my Walking with Purpose live streams members only chat. It's $3 per month or 10 cents per day. As far as the other streams that my lady and I, or I do on my own on Coach Eli 2 authentic live streams from the studio, or any other live streams I may do on this channel here, those will probably be, mostly will be subscribers only chats, meaning that you have to subscribe, and there may be a waiting period, before you can before you can chat after you subscribe, or we may not have a waiting period. It's just going to depend. If you come across my channel, just look in the chat, it'll tell you what mode the chat is in. Subscribers only mode, 24-hour waiting period, no waiting period, members only chat, blah, blah, blah. Just look at the chat, it'll tell you. But I'm putting it out here right now to forewarn people, so people that have been around for a while know what's coming. So that is that. As far as other content, my lady and I, we put out a piece of content earlier this morning. It was not broadcasted live. And I interviewed my lady last night regarding, her experiences of being a YouTuber, during the first 3 months. So her first 3 months of experience, how have her experiences been as a new YouTuber for the first 3 months? It was a very interesting show. It was very professionally done. And yeah, you gotta hear her answers. And I'll say this, in spite of, or despite what my lady has been through in life, and she's been through a lot, right? And despite not having any podcasting experience, she's had a little bit of public speaking experience in person, but not at the level that I've had. And I'm saying this, babe, I'm being honest, because you sound like a natural. She sounds really, really good on the microphone. So you're going to want to check it out. And the last 3 or 4 shows we've done, or maybe, the last 3, 4, or 5 shows, I ended up, purchasing my lady a nice headset microphone and an adapter for her phone, one of those Belkin adapters. She has an Android, so it's a USB-C adapter, and then on the other side, she can plug in a 3.5mm jack and then still charge her phone while using a 3.5mm jack. Most phones have removed the 3.5mm jack, but it's still important, and it gives you the best audio. So her audio sounds a lot better. It's kind of funny to me, even people that have been, scrutinizing my lady for sounding drunk on live streams, which she hasn't been. They're not really saying that as much ever since we upped the ante with her audio. That's why audio is very important, folks. Whether you use your phone or you use your laptop or desktop, you gotta, amp up your audio game. Do not use onboard microphones if you can help it. The onboard microphones on your smartphones and your computers are crappy. Just waiting. It's the dude that walks this trail daily. that lives out here. They do suck, Lewis. Onboard microphones, they do suck. They do. I mean, you can use them, in certain situations, like if you're using like a messaging program to send someone a quick message. But if you're going to create content on YouTube, you want to use an external microphone. You want to have it as close to your mouth as possible. Not too close, but pretty close. Maybe, a 6-inch distance from your mouth. Kind of like I have this microphone here right now, and you can hear me just fine. Now, if I put this closer, then it gets really, really loud. But you want to have a good microphone, external microphone that plugs in through a 3.5mm jack. Or you can even use USB if you're on your computer. Now, the best way to get it through a computer is to get a professional microphone like I have now, the Shure SM7B, but that requires an audio interface, XLR cables. For the average user, you're not going to know what the hell I'm talking about, but at least have a USB microphone. Or, use a 3.5mm jack to plug in. Using wireless products as microphones are not good in my opinion. Wireless is good, if you're talking to people on the phone and, it doesn't matter if you cut out every now and then, but when you're doing professional audio or professional videos, you don't want to have any cutouts or anything like that. So try to hardwire in as much as possible. Like on these streams, I've got my 3.5mm jack adapter for my iPhone. I have the same Belkin adapter I got my lady, but it's for the iPhone. Has the lightning port on the bottom, and then there's a 3.5mm jack on the other side, then another lightning port so I can charge and talk with a 3.5mm microphone at the same time. And that's why the audio is good. So yeah, I can help people. I can help you folks amp up your game. I can help you folks create your brand. And most importantly, I can help you by motivating you and inspiring you to take that step and to keep pushing forward. So that is that. Anyway, let me go ahead and reset the chat. And, well, I think we're okay. The chat's working fine. Let's get right to it. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose Live Edition, live from the San Francisco Bay Trail in beautiful Redwood City, California. This is episode number 341, episode number 341. And the topic today is you must push yourself out of your comfort zone to be attractive and successful. One more time, the topic is you must push yourself out of your comfort zone to be attractive and successful. This is the main reason, in my opinion, why people fail, is because they're not willing to push themselves out of their comfort zone. I'm speaking from examples, I'm speaking from experience, Speaking from experience regarding this, because when I was younger, in my teenage years, and I would say at least throughout my mid-20s, or up until my mid-20s, until I was about 25 years old, I really didn't push myself out of my comfort zone. I always wanted to take the safe route. I always cared about what other people thought about me regarding everything I did. So I was very guarded. I didn't even realize it, I'll admit it, I was pretty controlling, right, of myself. And because of that, I'm realizing now it's probably coming off controlling to my friends as well. I always wanted to control the narrative and be in control of the narrative, right? And I'm not saying that to a certain extent people shouldn't do the best they can to try to keep their narrative good, right? And control it in some way, shape, or form. But when you try to completely control the narrative and the chronicles of life, you're closing yourself off to many other opportunities that could get you ahead. And that's what I used to do to myself. And it wasn't until, my mid to late 20s where I started to, work on overcoming, holding myself back and starting to step more out of my comfort zone. Even when it came to meeting women, I don't know if I would say I was a little bit more on the shyer side. I don't think it was shyness. I think I was just scared. I was scared of rejection. I was always fearing rejection when approaching and talking with women, whether it was in person or even online. I mean, online dating was just coming out back in those days, but there were also phone line dating sites that were around for a while. So I'll consider that part of the online world, whether it was online or offline. I didn't have the confidence I have today. I always feared, rejection, and I always took the safe route. I didn't take any risks. And in essence, I was holding myself back. It's a little windy here, so I hope you can still hear me. Whew, wow. And it wasn't again until my mid to late 20s and then more so my early 30s where I started to take more chances. I started to become more ballsy. I started to fear rejection a lot less. I hadn't completely, gotten over the fear of rejection at that point in my early 30s, but I was fearing things much less than I did before. And after every experience I had in my 30s, by the time I got to my mid 30s or so, I became fearless. I no longer feared rejection. I started looking at rejection as an opportunity that might have slipped on by if I didn't take the chance. Right? So here's the thing. This is what most people don't sit down and realize about, taking chances and fearing rejection, right? If you don't take that chance, you're automatically going to lose, right? If you take that chance and get rejected 5, 10, 15 times, but you keep taking those chances, eventually you're not going to get rejected, right? And this holds true in the modern world with guys that are, trying to connect with women. You may get rejected by 15 women before the 16th one says, yeah, I'd love to go out with you. You seem like a cool guy. You seem cute, right? But what happens with most people? They go through rejection those first 15 times, and then they're like, I just can't take this anymore. I'm not worthy. Right? I don't deserve to live, or some stupid stuff like that, right? They start getting depressed, right? They have many anxious moments and they start getting depressed, right? And then they say, I just can't do it anymore, right? But if they only would have worked through that and asked one more woman out, that 16th woman would have been the one, right? Too many people are giving up nowadays right before they're about to achieve success, right? Because they fear rejection, right? It's always regarding a fear, right? Many people have, questioned, hey, why do you continue to run this business when you're not really making much money and you're not getting a lot of traction and stuff? Why do you keep doing it? Because I believe in myself. And I know that it's going to take off at some point. When that point may be, who knows? Right? But I love what I do and I believe in myself. And I'm fearless. And I don't fear rejection. And I look at it this way. My time just hasn't come yet. But it's going to come. But if I stop right now, my time will never come. If I stop right now, my time will never come. Right? But if I keep moving forward and stay positive, no matter what happens or no matter what anyone says, eventually I'm going to reach my goal. That's the way life works, folks. If you keep on pushing forward to accomplish something that you truly believe in, if you keep moving forward, eventually you will accomplish it. And if you never accomplish it, it's because you never believed in it in the first place. All right, we're back live. We're back live. Sorry about that. Got cut off, folks. Got cut off the cell tower. Like I was saying before I got cut off, some people will say, at what point do you cut your losses, Eli? At what point do you just throw in the towel and you just give up? Well, number one, you never give up on yourself. You can make decisions to no longer invest time into something that hasn't panned out for you. But you also have to ask yourself, why hasn't it panned out for you? Have you put in enough effort? And do you really believe in what you're trying to accomplish? Or are you just trying to accomplish something to make money, but you deep within don't believe in it? So here are my thoughts regarding this situation. Okay, if I was trying to pretend to be a life coach, for example, right? And I didn't believe in life coaching, but I was trying to become a successful life coach because it's a lucrative business and I can make a lot of money doing it, right? If I didn't believe in myself and I was trying to pretend to be a life coach for years and it didn't pan out, then I would say, hey, it's just not meant to be. But the real reason why it's not meant to be in that situation is because you don't believe in yourself. When you believe in yourself and when you believe in what you're doing, which is a better way to put it, at some point it will take off, because if you truly love doing something, you'll do it for free until you can make money doing it. Now, in the meantime, you got to pay your bills. You have to have another income source, another part-time job or full-time job. That's the obvious thing. But if you believe in yourself, and if you truly believe in what you're trying to accomplish, and if you could do what you love doing for free, if it was possible, you would do it. That's when you know it's going to pan out at some point. A lot of people, get stuck in a rut and they will stay within their comfort zone. And what happens when you stay within your comfort zone? You are limited to the amount of success you're going to have in life, in all aspects of life. And it's going to be much harder to reach any success if you're not willing to step out of your comfort zone, because in essence, you're going to be keeping a guard up. You're going to be guarded. And you're going to be standoffish towards people. You're going to be repelling people, right? And in order to get ahead and be successful, you have to know what attracts people and what repels people. And you have to focus more on attracting people, right? I've got a great woman in my life right now. You know why I have a great woman in my life? Let me share this here, okay? If I approached my woman I'm with now on the dating app and on the phone call when I first met her about 11 months ago, if I approached her in the same ways I used to approach women in my early to mid 20s, she would have never gone on a date with me. She would have never met me in the first place. And even if we did meet, it wouldn't have worked out. Let me come over here and let this guy pass on by. Give me just a second, folks. I've been putting a lot of time and hours lately, and so has my lady, creating videos for Coach Eli too, and still doing these streams. And we're not going to lie, we've been working overtime and we're exhausted. So, pardon me, my energy's a little bit down. But keep moving forward, right? So why was I able to get a date with the lady I'm with and then not have a relationship with her? Because I learned to become a better person. I wasn't a bad person, but I learned to become more attractive. I learned what attracts people to me and what repels people from me, right? And that's something that I want to focus more through my coaching business and my 2 channels out here on YouTube. I want to help you folks learn to understand what more so attracts people to you and what repels them from you, right? And as I got older, when it came to dating, I learned to be very patient with women. I'm not saying I wasn't patient before, but I also learned to be very direct and decisive and honest. And even on dating sites, and my lady was kind of thrown off by this initially until I explained it to her when we talked by phone before we met. I had my checklist, hey, if you're not able to balance your work and your personal life and don't have a lot of time to date, then I'm not the one for you, right? If you exude more masculine energy than feminine energy, I'm not the one for you, right? I don't want to date another woman that behaves like a man. I want to date a woman that behaves like a woman. And is that going to offend some women? Sure. But that's saving me time from having to filter those women out on a phone call. They're just filtering themselves out by reading my profile, right? At that time when I was on Match.com. Be direct, be decisive, right? Be cool, calm, and collective. Stand out, okay? You don't want to suck up to a woman, but, don't be quiet either. You got to learn how to engage women. And you got to also come off like you're not attached to any particular outcome. Like when you're talking with a woman and she'll say, what are you looking for? Well, ultimately, I'm looking for someone to grow old with. But, I just want to meet someone. You seem pretty cool. We can hang out, and just see where it goes, and just be cool, calm, and collective about it. Don't come off desperate or needy. You just put it out there. There's another, line I learned from Coach Corey Wayne that makes sense. It's a funny line, but it makes sense. He goes, with women, if you hesitate, you will masturbate, right? If you hesitate, you will masturbate. Women are very, very intuitive. Their instinct is just spot on, right? And when you're communicating with a woman, especially initially, if you hesitate, that could turn them off to the point of where, okay, this guy, is not confident. He's not secure within himself, right? You can't hesitate. When it comes to women, you should never hesitate if they ask you something, right? Even the hard questions. If you're, uncertain about, how you want to respond, or you need some time to think about it, then just say, hey, that's a pretty good question. Wow, it's a great question. But I need a little time to process that because, I got to process that a little bit more. I'll send you a text message, tomorrow and let you know what I think. Right? So if it's something that you need a little more time to process and, think about, just communicate that with them, right? But just don't hesitate. Right? Don't go, It's not going to work. Women enjoy confidence, or they love confidence. And that's why, I have a great woman today of almost 11 months. I stopped fearing rejection. Started taking more chances as I got into my 30s. Started pushing myself out of my comfort zone. And I'll tell you this, when I came out here on YouTube almost 6 years ago on my former channel, so a lot of things that happened on YouTube I wasn't aware of, and they took me by surprise. And I'm not gonna lie, some things felt very uncomfortable initially, even though when I came on YouTube on my first channel, what was I, 42 years old, almost 43. I'm 48 now. I'll be 49 in December. A lot of things on this platform made me feel uncomfortable initially. It was more so some of the things people did, people said, and took me a few years to kind of figure out how it works being a digital public figure compared to being one in real life. And now I figured it out. And now, there's no more fear regarding it. It no longer makes me feel uncomfortable. I've stepped out of my comfort zone even further in order to be able to survive on a platform like YouTube to continue creating. And you may ask, well, Eli, if you were already confident when you came onto YouTube, why did it make you feel uncomfortable? Because YouTube even, does unexpected things to very well-versed people in real life. So just because you understand real life as best as you possibly can by the time you reach your early 40s doesn't mean you're going to come on a platform like YouTube and deal with things that you didn't expect. You're going to deal with lots of things that you didn't expect, and it's going to throw you way out of your comfort zone, right? And it threw me way out of my comfort zone. That's a bug on my phone. Like a fly, they just come right on the side of my phone, on my clear spec case, on the corners. You try to shake it, they won't move, so you have to blow on it. Blow on the fly. My phone is not a place for you to perch. Anyway. Got some people coming up ahead here. Give me just a second, folks. Let me pull off to the side. Sun's beautiful. Getting that vitamin D in. And I've drawn a conclusion. I've come to a conclusion. I'll give a couple examples. When I used to work in retail in my younger days, I worked for Costco, and it is one of the toughest jobs, but it pays the best, has the best benefits in that industry, right? And there used to be a saying going around, if you can work for Costco, you can work for anyone. It's true. And I'll take it one step further now in the modern world, where a lot of people are doing business online, especially YouTube. If you can survive on YouTube, you can survive anything. Let me put it to you this way again. If you can survive on YouTube, you can survive anything. Because there are a lot of ruthless people on this platform. Ruthless. Highly opinionated people. Don't get me wrong, I have my opinions too. And there's nothing wrong with everyone having their opinion. That's your opinion, right? You are entitled. One of the only things you really are entitled in life is your opinion. But you're not entitled to project your opinion onto me or anyone else. And people have been projecting in real life since the inception of time. But because of how YouTube has brought people together, Google and YouTube are the two biggest platforms in the world. And because YouTube's the largest video platform and has the best streaming platform where people can come on a panel and project all day and all night long, that's what people do. People are congregating onto YouTube and projecting their opinions onto anyone and everyone. And then certain content creators that have learned how to capitalize off of this are doing that and leveraging everyone else that's just on there because they like to project their opinions. Right? Yeah, if you can handle YouTube, you can handle anything. You have to really, really step out of your comfort zone. Not only to come out on YouTube, but to be able to stay on the platform. If not, you will get run off. You will get run off the platform. And I'll tell you this. I thought I had learned everything in life. And maybe in the real world, I had learned as much as I possibly could have learned when I first came out here full-time on YouTube at age 42, almost 6 years ago. But YouTube was a completely different beast within itself. It was a reality check. It was unlike anything I've ever experienced, and it's unlike anything I've ever experienced to this day and each and every day. And the amount of people I continue to see each and every day, the amount of people I continue to see each and every day throughout many various, drama communities or communities where people create these panels. They call them discussion panels, but they end up being shit fests, right? It's just sad how many of these people I see wasting their time and wasting their life, you know, coming on this platform just to talk shit about other people, right? Where's that going to get you? What's that going to do for you? It's not a productive use of your time, right? Is it making you feel better temporarily? Is it making you feel better? Maybe so. Maybe so. But why don't you create something more positive instead that would make you feel better for the right reasons, instead of having to try to talk shit about other people and kick other people down so you can feel better, right? We have enough hate in this world as it is, right? And the amount of hate I see on this platform, I see so much hate on this platform each and every day, right? I hear such choice words, right? And don't get me wrong, I'll use profanity every now and then, but I'll typically do it in the right context. These people are not using the right context, right? And it behooves me how many channels I've seen. And I'm not just talking about any one channel in particular. I'm talking about many channels from men and women. All right, folks, we're back live. We should be back live. Sorry, I got cut off. So like I was saying before I got cut off, you know, many of these men and women, they have monetized channels and they have the most hateful and abusive content I've ever heard. It's just stupid, right? It's not real content. It's just people talking shit about each other all day, every day, right? And you know what makes it even more comical to me? What makes it more comical to me is these people are talking shit about other YouTubers and people they've never even met in person. Like, do you folks realize that you're attacking people that are digital characters? It's pathetic. It's stupid. But yet, YouTube allows these channels to remain monetized. Now, eventually, they do review these channels and eventually they shut them down. But the process of shutting these hateful, inappropriate, and abusive channels is a long process that can take months or years. And then the funny thing is, YouTube will remonetize these same creators on the same AdSense account after having multiple channels removed from the YouTube Partner Program. It's almost kind of like YouTube likes them being around because the drama makes them a lot of money, right? But after a while, they have to shut them down and use them for example purposes to try to keep the integrity of the platform. They have to find that line or that balance, right? I'll tell you this. On YouTube, you can get away with almost anything. And eventually, if you keep doing it, you will get shut down. But here's the thing. You can flag people, which I don't do that anymore. I'm just saying this for example purposes. I used to do this in the past. You can flag people all day, every day. Have many people flag people. They call it mass flagging, right? On channels that blatantly and clearly violate the terms of service, and then YouTube does nothing about it for months, right? Now, any other platform you go to, you'd be removed almost immediately, but on YouTube, it's different. So you got to learn how to deal with that, right? You got to learn how to not let that get to you. Because all these things that happen out here on YouTube are out of my comfort zone. It is not within my comfort zone to see the shit that I'm seeing. And quite honestly, I really don't want to see it. I really think it's a waste of time and server space and bandwidth. And it's just negative stuff. It's not positive, uplifting stuff to make the world a better place. But I've learned to overcome it. I've learned to stay in my lane, even though these people don't stay in their lane or their lanes, right? I've learned to step out of my comfort zone and handle this better. Lots of people coming on the trail right now. Give me just a second here, folks. Just take this moment right now to remind you folks to please smash the thumbs up. Please like this stream, whether you're here live or on the replay. Please share it on your community tabs. If you have one, channels with 500 subscribers or more get a community tab about a week after they reach the 500 subscriber mark. Please also share this out on social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Reddit, or anywhere else where you know your group of people that you associate with would gain value from this content. I honestly think anyone and everyone can gain value from this content. And I'm going to probably end up doing a stream tomorrow morning on Coach Eli 2. Or sometime soon. Basically sharing that, hey, you don't have to like me for my principles to be successful. You don't have to like me to apply my principles and be successful and get them to work. Here's the funny thing. I want to try to get everyone to understand this here. And I've never presented it this way, but this is probably going to be the best way to present it from here on out, right? I'm not out here looking for fame. And whether people like me or not, it doesn't matter. What matters are these principles that I teach. And they do work if you apply them. So whether you love me or hate me or you're in the middle or whatever, right? That is not the point. The point is, if you apply these principles, they will turn your life around. Look at it that way. I even care about people that don't care about me, because the truth of the matter is, it's not that you don't care about me, you don't care about yourself. If you cared enough about yourself, you wouldn't treat anyone the way you treat me. Or anyone else, right? But again, for the people that don't like me, if you come across my streams and videos and you don't like me, that's okay. Apply the principles and see how much they turn your life around and change your life, right? I've gotten to the point in my life at this point where I'm so happy deep within, and I've said it before it again, no one else's opinion really matters to me besides my own. Now, do I listen to some opinions? Sure, I pick and choose which opinions I listen to. Because at the end of the day, the only opinion that should really matter of yourself is your own. And when you're able to get to that level of personal development and strength, right? You're not going to feel the need to talk shit about anyone, right? If you're the type of person that feels the need to always talk shit about people, right? Then you need to work on that and turn it around. You need to ask yourself, you know, do you really care about other people's opinions? Or do you only really care about your own opinion? What opinions of yourself matter to you? Are they everyone's or just your own? Right? It's a mindset, right? It's a mindset. It's a mind shift. I'm going to pull up to the side and let this person coming up behind me pass. Looks like I had somebody come in here and chop this up yesterday or today. This was not trimmed yesterday. Just a second. Some people passing by. Let's continue. Some more people coming, but I'm not gonna wait. Let's keep going. I've gotten to the state of mind where I'm at peace with everything. I don't feel the need to talk smack about people. Now, does that mean I'm not gonna share stories about other people? No, but there's a difference between talking shit about people and discussing a situation, right? Right? There's a difference, like I said, discussing something and attacking somebody, right? There's no need to attack people on anything. But, you know, discussing things, that's a different story. Saying things in a respectful, professional, and mature way, that's a different story right there, right? Even if I say, hey, I have concerns over some YouTubers that live stream all day, every day, and drink like a fish, and eat like a pig, and they've gained 50, 60 pounds, right? And I'm concerned about the future of their health. Am I attacking them? Am I saying something I shouldn't? No, I'm just stating the obvious and saying, hey, I really wish these YouTubers would take a good hard look at themselves in the mirror and realize that if they continue going down this path and doing things in this way, they're going to die young. You want to know what the funny thing is? And it's not even funny. I've seen many, many YouTubers over the last 6 years that I've been on this platform. I've seen many YouTubers die young in their 30s. Millennials. That's a staggering thing, right? There's been a couple guys recently. One, he was a good friend of mine, ODN, Cole Courtner, or Old Dirty Ninja. For those of you that know him, that have been a part of my channel for a while. Then there was a guy named Jeff, who one of his channels was named like Joker or something like that. I can't remember, right? And he did a drama channel as well too, before he passed away. He passed away in his mid-30s. Same thing with Cole Courtner, ODN. He was almost in his mid-30s. In my opinion, why are these guys dying young? Because they're not taking care of themselves. They're not. They're not taking care of themselves. They're emotionally distraught because of the way they've been raised. Some of them have done drugs. Some of them were drinking like a fish. Even if you don't do drugs and you drink like a fish, you think your liver's going to tolerate that? At some point, it's going to go, right? If you don't stop, it's going to go. You're going to go. Let me pull over and let these women pass. Women, those are some older women. They're still talk. Women love to talk, all day, every day. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a man that likes to talk, but I typically will just talk on the air. Like, I don't talk as much. I mean, I do talk a decent amount when I'm in person, but not nearly as much as I do online or on a podcast, because you're supposed to talk when you're online on YouTube or on a podcast. If you truly want to step out of your comfort zone, for you to truly be in a place where nothing bothers you, and you've stepped out of your comfort zone, you also need to not feel the need to always react or attack people or respond to people, especially things that aren't worthy of your time, right? When you step out of your comfort zone and you become a better person, you start to love yourself. You're also going to learn how to better manage your time and who to focus your time towards and who to stay away from. That's going to waste your time, right? And again, like I've said in the past, people are going to be jealous of you, and they're going to try to kick you down in your real life and on YouTube and other social media platforms. And again, those people that are trying to talk shit about you all the time and kick you down, just chalk it up to them just being extremely super jealous of you and what you've got, right? That's all it boils down to, right? And just know, these people coming at you are going to try to say, oh, I make more money than you, or I have a better job than you, or I've got this and you don't have a better car than you, or whatever, right? Just don't react to that. If anything, say, hey, good for you. All right. Have a nice day, right? Walk away. There's no need to engage with people like that, right? Because anyone that feels the need to flex their muscles or flex what they have on others is truly not happy about what they have, but more so, they're truly not happy within themselves, right? That's the truth of the matter. And I continuously talk about this and share these topics over and over and over again, hoping that I reach more and more people that truly want to turn this around. All right, folks. I've said everything I've had to say. I'm going to wrap this up a little bit early. I'm still about maybe less than 10 minutes from the exit of the trail. It's up ahead here. But I'm going to wrap it up. So if you're here and you're able to chat, please get any final questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. And also make sure, I forgot to mention, also make sure to subscribe to Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams. Nightbot's been sharing the link every 7 minutes, or just go to youtube.com/Coach Eli 2. That's the number 2. youtube.com/Coach Eli 2. Subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications, and that way you'll know the moment I go live on that channel, or my lady and I go live together on that channel. We have nothing planned at this time, but hey, subscribe, bang the bell, select all notifications, and you'll know the moment we go live the next time. And we invite you to join us and participate in the chat. Those chats, for the time being, will be subscribers only chats with no waiting period. So come on in. We just ask for you to follow our 3 simple rules. No trolling, no attacking, no hating. That's it. Speak your mind, but just don't troll, don't attack, and don't hate. Okay? Attacking people is the same thing as projecting in my eyes. Don't project. If you have something constructive to say in general, we'll address it. We can have a civil conversation in the chat. If not, we will remove you upon arrival. Well, not upon arrival, but upon, your first projection, you'll be out. You project, you get the eject. I've been saying that for years. You project, you get the eject. Bottom line. All right, folks. Have yourselves a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.